Hello, all. This is Shawn Sold It. You are watching the first episode of Mike On with Shawn. Thank you for tuning in. And I have my phenomenal guest and co-host, the legendary podcaster, Mr. Floyd Hope, in the building tonight.
What's good, man?
What's good, Floyd?
Good. How you feeling? You nervous?
No, I'm not really nervous. I'm not nervous anymore.
Okay, all right.
Not long as we've been working on this. No,
I know, for real though. So
I appreciate you coming through, though. And so I think one of the first things we want to kind of talk about now that the elephant is in the room is how we set this podcast up. This was not something that we just thought about, hey, I just wake up in the morning and said, hey, Floyd, I think I want to do a podcast. This has been months in the making, maybe even years in the making on my end. And I did not realize what all went into it until, of course, Floyd and my media team worked on it. It's not as simple as just, buying microphones and cameras and hooking everything up. I mean, there was really a lot that went into it. They probably don't know. Floyd has been over here for a few hours now troubleshooting.
No, that's the one thing people don't understand. They don't understand how not difficult, but it's a process. You don't just cut the microphone on or cut your video on. And you start talking. You have to set everything up. You have to get your questions. You have to talk to your guests to make sure everything's straight. So, I think this dope. You doing this. When you called me, I didn't think you had to call me that day you called me, but
most definitely.
When you said that, I said, "Oh yeah, that's gonna be fire." Stuff. I was like, "I don't know why you ain't been did this."
I appreciate it. I know it was just that it is something that God has put in my spirit. It's been in my spirit, like I said, maybe even for years. And the people in my circle, especially my media team, and shout out. Matter of fact, let me do a shameless plug. Shout out to my media team, of course, Damian Reed with Reed. I think it was Reed Group. Yeah. Also Pulse Media. Big fat shout out to Pulse Media, Pierre Armstrong who came through and helped us set up everything. But
set up crazy. Yeah, I like the setup. This is clean.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh no, this was all me though. This was all Shawn Sold It. Shawn Sold It did this part. Okay. Shawn Sold It did this part. Sure. But I can't take it away from Pulse Media. Pierre Armstrong. Y'all ever need anything with any type of media setup, podcast platform setup, video, commercials, any of that, be sure to reach out to either Pulse Media, Pierre Armstrong, he was the one that helped us with this, or Damian Reed with Reed Media Group. There it is.
Yeah, shout out to P.
Yeah.
I think P had canceled too his birthday in July.
Okay, he did. He just had a birthday.
Yeah, he just had a birthday. Shout out to P, man.
Shout out to Pierre. But anyways, it wasn't as simple as just, throwing some microphones and cameras together. But we got it together, and I'm very, very gracious for my co-host. I did reach out to Floyd when I wanted to do this, and I said, hey, Floyd, not only would I like your blessing because, in my eyes, you're the king of podcasts in our area, here in the Golden Triangle. So not only did I want your blessing, but I wanted you to be an active participant, and I wanted your help and your guidance. And so I just appreciate you accepting the offer to come.
I appreciate that because a lot of people have a platform out there and they've been on the platform and then they start the thing and then they don't even think about me. They're like,
ooh,
we there now, so we don't have to worry about that. But I appreciate you. I love being on podcasts. I love talking about podcasting. So
absolutely. Well, you're a wealth of knowledge, and I just appreciate everything that you've disseminated to me thus far. But anyway, so let's kind of catch up. We got that out the way. Let's kind of catch up on the week. On a personal level, is there anything interesting that you want to talk about that may have happened to you or your family? Y'all just came back from like a Disney trip or something, right?
Yeah, that was fire.
That's what's up.
I felt like a little kid at Disney.
Awesome. Good deal. Did y'all go to what? Did y'all go to Cali or Florida?
We went to Florida.
I
think if you go to Disney, you got to go to Florida. The experience, because it's like 4 parks. It's 5 parks really, but it's 4 Disney parks. But yeah, it was a great time.
That's dope. Gotcha. So did y'all more so go for yourselves or for your baby girl?
I went for myself and for my family, so it was both.
Okay.
I went a couple years ago. Me and my family we went a couple years ago, And no disrespect to my mom, them, but
it was a bit much.
No, I mean we didn't. I felt I didn't get the experience what Disney was because a couple years ago it was my first time going. So.
Oh, okay, that's
yeah, and so we went to Universal. That's not really typical of Disney Park, and then
okay,
they wanted to chill at the Airbnb, and then third day they wanted to chill again at the Airbnb. I'm like, hold on, we didn't came out here. I got to see some Disney. I got to see.
We didn't come here to just
yes.
chill.
And
well,
so
you did.
The last day we went to Animal Kingdom, and so even though I enjoyed being with my family, I still felt like I didn't get the full experience.
Right. Gotcha.
So I said, if we ever go back, we finna go get the real deal. So we went back and we got the real deal. And it was the
this time you just went with you, Q, and your daughter, correct?
Yes.
All right. Gotcha. Sure. I just kind of want to clarify that when you say your family.
You got
the
real
first
deal.
Time.
Yeah.
So. Gotcha. You got the real deal. Well, that's what's up. Well, I commend you for that. I'm glad y'all had a great time and everything. And wait, was it your birthday as well?
Yeah, it was like I
it was your birthday too.
Yeah, I strategized. I said, if I'm gonna go, we gonna go on my birthday too. So.
That's what's up. Well, happy belated birthday again, brother.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so, oh God, so I don't know if anything really interesting has happened to me this week, but I did attended a funeral today.
Yeah,
actually,
when you get older, it's gonna be more funerals. You gonna have to attend.
Yeah,
my mom and them always attending funerals.
Like, yes, yeah. This one was actually it was the mom of a good friend of mine, but I guess the only reason it's kind of striking that I'm bringing it up is because I don't attend funerals.
Oh, you don't?
Nope, I do not attend funerals. I just don't.
I used to be like that.
The funerals, they throw my anxiety into like an all-time high.
Yeah.
So I avoid funerals at all costs. And I've even bypassed family members' funeral.
Yeah, me too.
Members of my own family. Yeah, for that. And it's not a disrespect thing. It just again. Funerals give me a high level of anxiety, but I did attend a funeral this morning today, and it was really nice.
Oh, you
it
did
was
it
a
today?
Nice funeral today. Yeah, no, today. I
okay.
attended a funeral today, and
how was
unfortunately,
you cried?
No, I'm not a crier. I did not cry. No, I'm not a crier. Okay. I did not cry, but it was nice. It was classy. It was well organized and everything. But I did go to that. But anyways, I brought that up because as I was sitting in the funeral, I was thinking of how I would want my own homegoing celebration orchestrated, and it's ironic because I was talking to my bonus mom earlier during this week, I believe it was. I went by there. I was talking to my bonus mom, and somehow we got on the topic of funerals, and I told her, I said, I don't want a funeral, I want an actual homegoing celebration. I want I want people to be comical. I want people to stand up and do a roast, kind of make fun, jab fun, make fun jabs of how I live my life or whatever. I want it to be lighthearted. I want it to be fun. I want fireworks. You know what I mean? I want
You want fireworks at your funeral?
I want fireworks at my absolutely. I told you I want a homegoing celebration. I don't want it to be sad. I do not want people standing over me crying and sad and whatnot. Please don't do that to me, family. My family and friends out there watching, please don't do that to me. I do not want anything sad. And I want a red line. I want slabs with swangers, and I want the trunks popping, and I want them playing UGK. One day you're here, the next day you're gone. I want all of that good stuff. So I don't want anything sad. I literally want some live ratchet, fireworks, homegoing celebration, UGK bumping. I want all of that for my homegoing celebration. And I'm dead serious.
I don't really want no funeral. I actually kind of want to get cremated, to be honest with you. But if I did have a funeral, I want one of those New Orleans style kind of funerals.
You want like the second line?
Yeah,
right?
I want like a little groove down the street or something like that with the umbrellas,
and then waving the white teeth,
the handkerchiefs like and stuff. Whatever, so.
That's dope. Yeah. Listen, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. People think I'm joking, but I'm like so serious. Please do not. I don't want anything sad and somber and all that good stuff. And so, are you seeing any good? Have you seen any good questions come through yet or anything? I don't know if that's what you were checking.
Yeah, I seen one. Somebody said we was echoing. We've been working on that.
We've been working on it.
We're working on that. So hey,
are we still echoing? Well, we tested it. I wonder if it's me. We tested it earlier, but anyway.
Somebody said we loud though. Maybe we got to turn the volume down. I don't know.
Oh, that could be what it is, but we ain't gonna turn it down right now in the middle of the show. We're gonna keep it pushing.
Yeah,
okay.
All right,
we'll work the kinks out later. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so, anyways, was there anything else interesting that you kind of wanted to touch on?
Um,
for the week or
man, you know what? I was gonna talk about this on like my little solo shows I be doing.
Okay.
But man, I've been noticing, man, it's a lot of men on social media complaining about men on social media. Like
What do you mean men complaining about
it's
men?
men complaining about men. It's like
Give me an example. I got to hear an example on this one. I ain't
I
seen
see
it yet.
men whining and complaining about other men about what they doing. Like as a man, you shouldn't worry about what another man is doing.
You most definitely should
Like
not.
it's like
That's not okay.
why worry about what another man doing if you taking care of your like do what you have to do. I just see a lot of whining going on as far as men. I see a lot of complaining.
He said whining.
Yeah,
He
man.
said whining going
And
on.
it,
That
and
is
it's
not
I'm talking
cool.
about from everything from not getting support to all kind of stuff. Like,
Oh
man,
my
stop the
God.
whining and
Yeah, I feel you.
complaining.
Grow, please grow a pair. Now, listen, I'm
Jesus.
not saying men can't be emotional. I'm like seriously though. I'm not saying it's
I'm a
not okay.
cancer. I'm emotional. I'll get emotional, but
Absolutely.
I
No, no, no.
just
It's okay for men to be emotional. You know what I'm saying? But grow a pair. Please don't get online. Don't get on social media, like you said, whining and griping and complaining because obviously you don't have enough to do. Because if you out there and you probably really making it happen, you're not worried about the next man
nah.
or woman or child.
Shout out to Terry Roy. He watching.
What up,
I see
Terry?
T Roy watching. He a
Hey,
faithful
T.
though.
Roy. Okay,
T
that's
Roy,
what's
one
up.
thing T Roy gonna do, he's gonna watch for
He's gonna
sure.
watch and he's gonna support. You know what? That's one thing I'll give Terry. He's gonna watch and he will support as well. So I'll give him that as well. So shout out to Terry.
Let me ask you something though. As far as how do you see this going? How do you see Mike on with Shawn? Like, what's your vision? I
Oh
mean,
my God, I'm excited for it. I see it going well. Just like anything else, I feel like I do in life. I feel like I feel like if God puts it in my spirit, let me just say this,
mhm,
and this is for you and for anybody else out there, because I apply this to my life and my kids and everything. If God gives you the assignment, He will give you the assistance. God put this in my spirit, in my psyche, in my heart, in my whatever, for a reason. I'm not sure what the reason is yet, but I knew I wasn't going to rest. I think I told you about it before. I wasn't going to
yeah,
rest until I got it out of my system and it came into fruition or whatever. So I just love, as you can tell, I just love to talk. I love relationships.
yeah,
I like to ask questions and probe and things like that with people that I'm cool with. You know
yeah,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
And so I always bet on me. And so whatever comes of it, I'm sure it'll be good. I don't see anything negative coming from it.
Mhm.
If you're comfortable with me telling them, we prayed
Yeah,
before.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we pray.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, can we pray before we go on camera? Because I like to pray before I do just about anything. And as you heard in my prayer, I just pray that we can be responsible with our platforms.
Hmm.
Number one, positive, responsible with our platforms, and that we're a good steward of anything that results from it.
Yeah, that's why I don't like to be talk. I don't like messy stuff. Like I
Yeah,
don't like. I don't. I'm not really trying. I'm not trying to go viral when I have my conversations and all like
exactly.
that. I just like having like dope
No
conversations and stuff.
conversations,
So
right? I like a little mess though. A little dirt don't hurt. I like a little mess every
yeah,
now
from
and
the
then.
outside looking in, yeah, for sure. I like. I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of people don't know how I started off like doing videos,
Okay.
like fight videos, like.
I think I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, I used to
I
do
think I
like
kind of
fight
sort of remember
videos. They
that.
was called hood geography,
Yeah.
and
Weren't you
people be
showing them
fighting, and then I'll do
like in
like
the
a voice.
projects and
Yeah, I
stuff?
do the voiceover,
Oh my God.
and I'll be
Yeah.
like, they fighting over like food, or they fighting over something like
I
that,
remember
or
that,
whatever.
Floyd.
And so that really kind of got me started, and then um, I said I really want to do a podcast, so I said, how can I flip
Hmm.
what I'm doing into a podcast? So when I
Right.
do a video, I'll tell people like, hey, podcast coming soon or whatever.
Gotcha.
But it was bringing a lot of people that it was bringing the wrong crowd. In my opinion, it was a lot of ratchetness. It was like,
Well, what do you expect? The videos are of people fighting.
yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
hello. Yeah. I mean, you kind of,
It
yeah.
was like, man, and because
Yeah.
when you start accepting certain people, you see what they on their timeline. I'm like, ooh, my timeline is ratchet.
It's
I
rat
was
shit.
like,
It's
I
time
got to change it up or something. So eventually, I
to.
stopped doing the videos, and then I started podcasting, and then it is what it is.
And it is what it is. Well, I'll tell you what, you've done a phenomenal job at the podcasting. And I think part of your success, I mean, would you not agree, is attributed to consistency. right? Because you've been really consistent with it. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's been. I almost gave up last year. Well, I ain't gonna say I almost gave up, but I put a lot of things before podcasting, and
Really?
yeah, I did that for that brief moment. I was gardening. I started gardening,
I saw that.
and then I was golfing. I was golfing
Okay.
hard, and I was
I saw that.
gardening hard, and so podcasting was on the back burner. And my daughter used to tell me, Are you doing a show today? Are you doing a show today?" And I'm like,
Right.
"Nah." And it used to kind of hurt me saying like,
Mm.
"Nah."
Because you knew she was what, maybe looking forward
Yeah,
to
she
it,
was looking
right?
forward to it. And so
Definitely.
I'm gonna be honest with you. They had the Visionary Awards, which is August the 8th this year.
Gotcha.
The Visionary Awards came, and I was in the category. So
Uh-huh.
me, low key, little ego, I was like, I think I should win this. I
Okay.
did not win it, and that kind of made me.
Mm,
That kind of inspired me to be like, okay, you know what?
let me get back on my
Yeah, let me
ish.
get back on it.
Yeah.
Um, and then I started doing it, and then I'm back in
Right.
it, and it's full stream, full
That's
stream.
what's
But
up.
I ain't gonna say I gave up, but I just took a break. So.
Gotcha. And there's nothing wrong with that
Yeah,
sometimes.
but like you said, with the question consistency, yeah, it did. I'm
Yeah.
very consistent because I post a video almost every day.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so
Yeah, you are consistent with it.
mhm.
And so let me just ask you, what was it that motivated you, aside from, of course, your daughter, actually, like you just said,
Yeah.
looking forward to, what was it that motivated you to remain consistent in podcasting? Because I mean, obviously everybody and their daddy and their mama is wanting to do a podcast now.
Yeah.
Which was a little bit of my apprehension, but I got over it because God was like, don't worry about that, because
No.
obviously nobody can do things the way you do them,
Mm-mm.
even if it's a million people doing them. So you don't worry about that, and that's for anybody. Motivation for somebody out there. Don't worry about if it's a million other people in your lane trying to do what you do. Don't let that deter you from doing anything, because nobody can do it like you do. But what was it that motivated you to remain consistent in podcasting, which has catapulted you to the top of podcasting in our area?
I'm not gonna cuss, but because these ends was hating, because they was hating, and that motivated
Wow.
me. I knew they wanted me to not be successful. I knew that they didn't want me to do it at all, for sure, to be honest with you. And that motivated me
Wow.
to keep going. And if I want to chill or something, I would just
Yeah.
think about like, they don't want you to
Right. They don't want you to
they
succeed.
don't want you to succeed. Ain't no time to take no break. So let's keep pushing or
That'll do
whatever.
it.
So yeah, they motivated me to keep going. They motivated me to be consistent, and they motivated me to keep trying to
Man.
step it up and
And do better.
yeah,
Outdo your
yeah.
competition.
Not really
That'll
not
do it.
really competition, but just outdo myself. Like, what can I do to?
Man.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've been doing this for a while. What can I do now to take it to the next level? And
Take it to the
so
next
you
level.
always want to kind of
Absolutely.
like upgrade yourself or upgrade whatever you're doing. So
Absolutely.
that was why, because
Wow.
these people be hating out here for sure. And they still
I hope
hating.
I echoed on that.
They still hating. And if they not hating,
Yeah.
I imagine that they are hating, so it can motivate me too.
Absolutely.
Like that.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
That was powerful. I'm glad you. I'm glad that was your response.
Mm.
That was powerful. That was your response. Because your haters are your biggest motivators. You know
Nah,
what I'm
for real
saying?
though.
People hating and underestimating you, and it's not just for us. That's for anybody out there. People underestimating you, talking down. Not wanting you to succeed, especially in your hometown. And we'll touch on that in a minute. But that does it absolutely motivates you to get out there, and if nothing else, not just prove them wrong, because at the end of the day, their opinions really don't matter.
No, for
You
real.
know,
And like I said, I don't know. I don't know if people are hating because I don't really pay attention like that because there's like so much going on.
right,
I have to focus on what I need to do. I can't
right,
focus on other people. But I don't know if people hating or not. I just assume. So,
right.
and I'm assuming because it motivates me
Absolutely.
that. And like I
Absolutely.
said, I don't know. I don't know if they are or not. If they are, okay, oh well.
That's
If
fine.
they
I'm
not,
fine. Yeah.
okay too. But I'll just use it for inspiration. To keep
Inspiration
going.
and motivation,
So,
absolutely. And always keep your blinders on. Tunnel vision. I tell my kids that tunnel vision. I can't tell you what my competitors are doing. I don't even follow most of my.
yeah, you told me that.
I don't. I do not. Most of most other real estate agents on social media, I don't. I don't friend them or I don't follow them. I can count on one hand how many real estate agents I actually am friends with on Facebook. And it's no disrespect. It's nothing. I have the utmost respect for anyone who is in real estate. Because it's a selfless job. It's just that I know that I have to have blinders on. I have to have tunnel vision in order for me to stay in my lane and not deviate out of my lane. And so I don't want to see what my competitors are doing or saying, so that I can focus on Shawn Sold It. But anyways, that was a great answer. So thank you for being honest there. And so let's kind of switch lanes now. And I think I made you privy before we started that I kind of wanted to touch on the whole Charleston White, Jay Prince situation. So for those of you who may not know, Charleston White is a controversial, nationally known public figure who decided to come down to Houston, Texas for Dr. Candace Matthews' birthday party. And while he was at the party, he spewed vulgarities and called everybody in the party a bunch of drunk N-words. And he disrespected elected officials there. There were children in the building. I mean, I'm actually surprised. I'm shocked that Dr. Matthews did not take the mic from him and cease it. But anyways, but it did happen, and it was on video.
She looked like she was just chilling while he was saying all that.
She was.
She was like.
So that was shocking. Yeah, she was. Yeah. She actually was kind of. I watched the video. She actually was kind of co-signing, while he was spewing it. Yeah, she was kind of like, kind of co-signing, and that shocked me because I have an immense respect for Dr. Matthews. No disrespect, Dr. Matthews, but I did watch the video and I was kind of shocked by that. But anyways, and so after the event or whatever, after what's his name, Charleston White called everybody in the venue and everybody in Houston, Texas, by the way, especially in Fifth Ward, everything but a child of God, and said that the people of Houston, Texas wasn't shit. And I'm verbatim. I'm telling you verbatim what he said. He went out, of course, in the Nickel, which is Fifth Ward, and he was shot at. Allegedly was shot at.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly
you see the
shot
video of him in the car talking about run the light, get out the way.
I saw it. I watched all of it several times. And so anyways, he alleges that Jay Prince had him shot at, put a hit out on him, had him shot at. And so I just kind of wanted to, get your take. What's your take on that whole situation?
I mean,
because he's been nonstop.
Yeah, he's been like that. And to me, it's a character because at first, when he first came out, he was like positive, and he's seen that it wasn't getting a reaction like how he wanted it. And then
saw it too.
Yeah, and then he became who he is right now, disrespectful, loud. Yeah. Sometimes he would kind of say some stuff where it'll get people like, oh, he's saying some real stuff. Right. But then he'll go back to disrespecting like somebody's dead kid or something. Did
you see he said got on live and told James Prince, Senior Jay Prince, F your mama? Did you see that?
No, but that's and he'll say stuff like that. And
yeah,
to me, like, I can't rock with nobody like that.
Definitely not.
I don't see how people really kind of like him like that.
Well, and here's the thing: there were people defending. I mean, that was the crazy part to me. There are people out there defending him, defending his words, saying, he didn't say anything wrong. You don't think? My opinion, him standing in a room at a birthday event in a room full of children and elected officials and other dignitaries, calling everybody in the room a bunch of drunk ninjas, like.
Well, I think he knows how to play the game, and he knows that this will bring a lot of content.
Clickbait
for like a couple weeks.
Clickbait.
So he good. Yeah, he good for a couple weeks for people talking and all that. So he definitely understands the algorithm and how Facebook and how social media and YouTube works, because that's what's going to get him paid. Now, anybody with common sense is not finna go to a particular city or town, disrespect them and all that, just to do all. Like, who really has time to, like, who really would come, like, from Beaumont to go way to Dallas, disrespect the whole city of Dallas,
and
drive off all scary and do like, I mean, what's the point of that?
And making a video every day. I mean, he's been making videos every day throughout the weeks, obviously in his Houston, whatever high rise, I guess Airbnb he's at or whatever, still saying,
he's still in Houston?
Yes, he's been the whole week. He's made a video every day. I'm still in Houston, and spewing vulgarities.
I didn't know that. I thought he was all the way down
every day. Well, he might be now, but anyway.
Location in Houston right now.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know.
Maybe
he might be now.
Maybe it's fun that
maybe it is. I think that's a little mental.
are looking for them and they can't find them and all that. But
They can find them if they really want to.
if they really wanted to,
They can find them if they really want to. Whomever the owner of that Airbnb is.
Yeah, because I seen somebody.
You know he's there. They can find him.
I seen a classmate of mine. He was like, he's untouchable. I said, bro, nobody.
No, he's not. No one's untouchable.
Like, come on, bro. Like, we've seen people die that.
Nobody's untouchable.
Yes,
And yeah.
like,
anyways,
come on.
and let me just say this, and then I'm gonna leave it alone, brother. And so Jay Prince. I think I made a post about it earlier this week. It was kind of a joke, but I've always looked up to Jay Prince and Rap a Lot. You know, I grew up on Jay Prince and Rap a Lot, and so Jay Prince, I just wanted to say to you that if you really did have something to do with that attempted hit or shooting or whatever, I'm disappointed, personally disappointed, because you had one job. You had one job, homie.
I don't think he did. I mean, like, if you beefing with somebody, then it's easy. So if I'm beefing with somebody and everybody in the world knows,
yeah,
then somebody who one of my followers would be like, I see such and such. There you go, right there.
And that's how we know Jay Prince wasn't behind it.
And then be like, I'm finna get him. And then now people think that now you son of hit on such and such.
Exactly.
Where it was just somebody that really likes me and follow me and felt that they didn't want me being disrespected, so they did it for themselves. And now I'm getting the blame because I.
There you go. Yeah, I don't buy that for a minute. I think that's clickbait as well. Jay Prince ain't have nothing to do with that, because
I think he would have did a better job.
He'd have done a much better job than that. I have full confidence, full faith in Jay Prince and Rap a Lot. They'd have done better than that. Okay, but we're gonna switch gears. And so I do want to touch on before we close out, I want to touch on the whole Nolan Wells, the Nolan Wells case. Shout out to Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace gets our flawless award.
Nancy Grace, the white lady?
The white lady. She gets the flawless award of the episode. Nancy Grace came up out of retirement. She shook that wig off. She put her makeup on. She got on TV and she said something don't smell right about this case. And let me tell you something.
I used to like Nancy Grace back in the day.
I love Nancy Grace. Let me tell you something.
Nancy Grace, man.
The fact that Nancy Grace got on this case, baby, some of these people might be a little too young to remember the Casey Anthony case. You remember Casey Anthony?
Yeah, Casey Anthony.
Baby, Casey Anthony have not slept since 2008 messing with Nancy Grace. You hear me?
Yeah,
Nancy Grace be
she was,
on it.
She was like the white Wendy Williams.
Oh my God, yeah, and beyond.
Yeah, like bigger, like a
and bigger. Yeah. She really be on it. So the fact that Nancy Grace, oh my God,
I had to put that on my little list as far as like people who I want to get on my show.
Man, you better reach out to Nancy. I'm telling you, the fact that she shook that wig off and she got on this case.
She got a new wig.
Look like it. Okay, it look good. Looks good to me. I mean, I look, but I'm not hating. It look good.
I didn't know Nancy Grace was back. Okay, how can I find Nancy? I could probably go on YouTube or something like that.
We can find her.
Yeah.
We can find her.
Once again, this setup is love. I love this setup though.
I appreciate it.
I'm so used to my setup because you know, I don't get to be on a lot of people's platforms. So I'm so used to, like, when I do podcasts, I'm so used to my setup. But being in your setup, it's just I like
appreciate
this,
it.
Man.
I tried to make it a little cozy, comfy, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I told my wife I liked it. I said it's pretty chill. It's very inspiring.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And shout out to Q, by the way. Shout out to Florida.
Yeah, she watching. She watching too.
Shout out Q.
She watching.
That's my girl. But anyways, in terms of the Nolan Wells case, we'll just kind of touch on that and we'll get out of it. But big ups to Nancy Grace. But what I did find interesting were the results of the second autopsy that Attorney Ben Crump and his team had ordered, and something just seemed a little fishy about it. I know did you see that they said that he had like red marks on the back of his head, Nolan Wells, and his throat?
Yeah,
I think like his throat chakra, or his throat parts were missing or something like that.
And all that. Yeah, I've seen that. That story is crazy. I think that story is gonna be like for the rest of the year.
Absolutely, for the rest of the year. And how do you think it's going to turn out for Nolan Wells? I have my prediction. How do you think that's going to turn out for Nolan Wells?
Man, I don't think it's gonna turn out good because they don't have like one particular suspect. They just have his group of friends. We need one of his friends to kind of just say, you know what, I got to tell the truth. I think that's what it's. I think that's what it's gonna take because it's a group of them. I can see if it was one person that we could pinpoint,
right?
But
somebody knows what happened.
Yeah, we need one of them to be like, man, I gotta do it or whatever. But that case is crazy though. Like I seen, what's his name? You might not know his name, Officer Tatum. It's a black guy. He a cop. but he had like 1 million followers, million plus.
Okay.
But he caters to a particular side, and it's not our side. It's not our.
Oh, well, we're not giving him no airtime then.
And the way he was just defending the group of friends and all that.
Oh, he's stupid. We're not giving him no airtime. Anyway, he's stupid. We ain't want to talk about him. Yeah, I feel you know, but he's stupid. He's stupid if he's defending. If he's defending the other side, he's stupid, and we're not giving him no airtime.
But it's crazy because I see people now and they're saying like how they're not going to put their kids in like an all white school and don't have your kids being the only black person. Now, when I was growing up, I played sports where I was the only brother on the team, right? And we traveled a lot,
right?
So I kind of see what people are talking about,
Yeah.
I mean,
did you ever experience any type of like, just overt racism or anything like that when you were the only brother on the team?
I experienced racism twice. We was playing against a team from Needland. I think I may have been 12 or something. And we both went for the ball. I was playing soccer. We both went for the ball. He tripped. He got up. He said the N word. I'm talking about the whole field. I'm talking about everybody hurt. Everybody got quiet. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
Nobody took up for me. Teammates, coaches, nobody. Ref, no card, no nothing or whatever.
Wow.
That was my first time experiencing something like that.
Wow.
We had to shake hands at the end. The only thing I did was I didn't shake his hand. I didn't know what to do. I mean, hey, I'm the only black person out there. And
yeah, what do you do, right? What do you do?
The second time I experienced something like that, we was jogging before the game. Not before the game, we was in practice. We used to practice right there by CDS. And so one of the guys said something that was kind of racist. Turned around, popped him. I popped him.
Okay.
And,
all right, that's what's up.
Coach asked what's happened. I told him what happened. But like I said, when you're the only person,
the only black person,
yeah, it's a what I'm saying, it's, especially being young,
right?
It's a different kind of feeling. Everybody's saying, "Oh, I'll whoop everybody," but
no,
if you're not really raised that way, then
right,
you don't really know how to respond to like it happens. But I can see when people saying, "I'm not gonna put my kid in this type of situation." You just got to prepare them for the situations that might happen.
You do, and you just again, there's only so much preparedness, that you can take with your kids in that type of situation. I don't know if I would go that far as to say that I'm not going to allow my kids to be the only kid of color, at a school or a campus or at a camp or sporting event or anything like that, or sports team. But again, we never know until we are in that particular situation. But anyways, our prayers definitely go out to Nolan Wells and his family and their legal team. I personally feel like all of this happened for a reason. I feel like it had to happen publicly. I feel like Nolan Wells, his family will be vindicated. I feel like this is going to take a drastic turn. They're gonna find out what really happened.
I'm hoping so, because it's very interesting. How does a man's throat end up missing? Like,
well, they're saying that the first autopsy, whomever did the first autopsy, that they may have kept those parts, the throat parts. For what reason, I'm not sure, but
they be needing our body parts.
I heard.
They be
I have heard that. For what, I don't know, but I have heard that. But anyways, but I do feel like it's going to take a crazy twist. I do think that somebody's going to fold. Somebody going to sing like a bird. I do think his family will be vindicated because they've been accused of clickbait and all kinds of disgusting racist things as well. So anyway, so praying for the best for them.
Yeah.
But anyways, so
how you think it's going so far? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
How you feeling being on
I'm feeling good. I like this. I like to talk. I mean, I know we need to wrap this up. It's been 30 minutes so far.
Oh, how long you trying to do it?
And
how long you trying to do your shows?
Honestly, really and truly, I had 30 minutes in my mind. Reason being because I know that people's attention span, if they're anything like me, their attention span is
the attention span, but man, like 30 minutes is quick too.
I know, and I've had so many people tell me, that when I was doing my research on podcasting and speaking to other podcasters, they were all saying, yeah, you're not gonna be able to cram everything in 30 minutes. I thought that I would be able to, but it is what it is. For the people whose attention span cut off in 30 minutes like mine, they can just sign off.
I do 30 minutes when I'm by myself, when I record. Yeah.
So when you're doing your actual podcast with us, with people, how long do you do? An hour?
Yeah, I do it an hour. When I had you on, it was an hour.
It just doesn't seem like an hour. Like now, it doesn't seem like 30 minutes. I only know because I'm keeping time.
Yeah, when I have my guest on, it's usually an hour. When I do like my solo shows, it's like 30 minutes.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, so
that's what's up. All right. Well, so our topic of the day kind of coincides with what we kind of talked about earlier, and that's hometown support. When you talked about, people, out here, so to speak, hating. And let's be clear. Let's be clear before we get into this. I do feel like there are way more people who like or love us and you out there, anyone who is in the public eye, or even if you're not in the public eye, if you just, you own a business or whatever it is that you do, I do feel like there are way more people who love you than hate you. So let's be clear. Yeah, let's be clear before we dive into this.
You're right about that.
Yeah,
you can't let one or two people out there disaffect
absolutely not. Yeah, don't.
It's kind of hard too. I mean, it's easy to say. You might have 100 people saying, "Man, that was incredible." And you got that one person like, "Man,
hard for who?
Huh?
Hard for who?"
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. Like, it's easy to say, but like, I'm just saying for the particular person out there to ignore.
Oh, maybe for y'all, not for, maybe for some people. That's not something I can really relate to. Not. I don't know, because that I don't know. God has always just been blessed me with that gift to be able to block out, the noise for the most part. I'm not saying it's never affected me, but for the most part, I mean, yeah, no, it.
I'm anyway. Real good at blocking out the noise. I haven't perfected it, but I'm very good at blocking out the noise. Especially if I see who it is. If I see who it is, and then I might chuckle. I'll be like,
right. You ever seen that TikTok, Lil Boosie? Lil Boosie, that TikTok where he said, "Look where I'm at. Look where you."
Oh yeah, look what I'm at. Look where you at.
I feel like that plays in my head.
No, for real. That's why I do the little chuckle. I'll be like.
Okay. Right. Yeah. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to kind of take in the outside noise, because I feel like that plays in my head nonstop.
Most of the time, it's somebody that's not doing as well as you.
Most of the time, yeah. Most of the time,
they're not doing what you're doing.
Right. So most of the time, or sometimes it's out of fear. Sometimes just fear of the unknown. People not knowing, what you're doing or what direction you're taking, and sometimes people hate out of fear. To be honest with you, or they hate out of just internal trauma. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people out here have a lot of internal trauma and issues. And so, I don't even, God has brought me so far. I mean, I would not have said this, 3 to 5 years ago. Let's be clear. I probably would have been dropping all type of N-words and F-bombs by now about haters. But God has just transitioned me to such a different place of alignment in my heart and in my head. And so now, in terms of haters, I saw them 37 their ass and keep it pushing.
What was your question again? Because I really want to.
So, well, I want to talk about, how you feel about hometown support.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah, I want that. That's why.
How do you feel about hometown support? I
like this question right here. That's why I want to. because people will say out here, let me speak directly into the mic. People will say out here that it's a popularity thing and it's a click thing. And to be honest with you, how do you make yourself popular? And how? And I made a video of this actually recently. You just have to be consistent, and you can't be worried about no groups or no popularity. When people see that you believe in your product and your brand, then they go support you. Now, if you're inconsistent with whatever you do, like if you sell food,
right?
And let's just say you sell food only on Sundays, and then one day you skip
from 2 to 4,
and then you skip a Sunday, and then 3 weeks later you're selling food again. Well,
from 3 to 11.
You're not consistent.
Right.
Why are we going to support you if you're not consistent? We don't know when you're doing this or doing that, and that's just with anything. Like, you can be a popular person and start something, but that don't mean you're good at it, and that don't mean people gonna keep supporting it if it's not good. Like, let me go back to food. If you're popular and you say, I'm finna start selling food, if your food not good,
your food is trash,
we're not finna keep buying that food. We don't have money to spend on your product just because you're popular. Yes.
But the people who love you, let me interject right there. But the people who love and really support you are going to be honest and tell you that your food is trash, or that you need to put some salt and pepper in your cabbage.
Yeah.
Or you need to thicken the gravy on your oxtail.
I just think when people say it's a popularity thing or it's a click thing, they didn't already gave up. They didn't already created the excuse that they're not going to succeed because they already feel that it's a popularity thing.
That's a self-esteem issue.
Yeah, they didn't already shot themselves in the foot. They don't believe in themselves to overcome that. That's one. I would never say popular. It's a popularity thing or a click thing because I'm not I'm not popular.
So can I respectfully disagree with you right
Yeah, you
there?
can.
Okay. All right. I got to respectfully disagree with Floyd right there. First of all, you are popular. Whether you want to be or not, you are popular, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but you are popular. And I have to respectfully disagree because Beaumont is a smaller city, and it is a little bit cliquish. And no disrespect, I love, I live here,
What
so I
clips
love.
is it though? I let me
It
find those
is a little,
clips.
it is a little cliquish. So you have your political, cliques. You have you have your Greeks, I mean, it is a little bit cliquish, and I'm not knocking Beaumont or any of the cliques. I mean, I belong to some of these cliques. Truth be told, if we want to keep it real, if we want to keep it a buck, but Beaumont can be a little bit cliquish, and I think any city. Especially a smaller town,
Yeah.
smaller city, can be a little bit cliquish, and it's not a negative thing. You just have to find the clique that
Yeah. Okay.
right. If you decide to get in the mix, you find the clique that best suits your needs and your wants
Mhm.
and what you want to do, and roll with it and get involved. A clique doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. Like I said, there are political cliques. I belong to one of them, and we do a lot of positive. Not only in the Democratic Party, but we do a lot of positive in the community. So you just find your clique, and if you choose not to run with a clique, that's fine. That's fine too. But don't complain.
Yeah, I mean that is true, and don't think that other cities don't go through
Oh,
the same
absolutely
thing.
do. Absolutely. I live in Houston part time. They're just, trust me, the third ward, the nickel. There are parts of Houston that are just as cliquish. They have their own communities, but guess what? You get in where you fit in.
Yeah.
You can find me in the tray on any given
Yeah.
Sunday with a click.
But
Okay.
I just think that hard work can make you, because you, like, if you say I'm popular, then I became popular because I was
Right.
consistent and I believed in myself, and then I got to where other people started seeing it. And I think people are scared of hard work.
They
I
are.
think.
And you know what else I think I'm glad you're right. Some people are scared of hard work, but you know what else I think it is? I think a lot of people are, well, not a lot of people, the people who tend to complain and feel unaccepted. I think if they're not in alignment. If you would get in alignment, with God, the universe, whatever you want to call. If you don't want to call it God, that's fine. If you get in alignment with a higher power, the universe, I call it God.
Mhm.
But if you get in alignment with a higher power, you would, oh my God, you would be blown away by how your life and the trajectory of your life and everything that you touch. It's almost like everything you touch turns to gold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The and you don't care. You don't
No, you
care
really
what
don't.
people
No,
say and think
you
about you.
don't care at all.
It's like the freest. It's like the most freeing thing in the world is to not care what people say and think about you.
That make
Um,
people so mad too when they know that.
oh my
Like,
God, when they know they can't affect you, it
it's
makes them so
like,
mad. Ooh, it'd be disturbing the
yeah, for
demons.
real. Like, it just
Oh
makes
my
them
God,
mad that
it does.
you created a peace
You
within
do.
yourself that they can't really
Absolutely.
touch. So
Yeah, I like for them to be mad sometimes though. I ain't gonna lie.
they go. I mean,
I do shit
they
on purpose
they
sometimes for
hate
them to be mad. I
successful
ain't gonna lie.
people.
They
So
do. They absolutely do. Because it's crazy to me. So sometimes you gotta shake, rattle their cage a little bit sometimes and make them mad on purpose. Because it's insane. There's no, if you are living and breathing, there is no reason on this earth why you should be walking around here mad, hating, angry, sad, depressed, anxiety. I'm not saying you can't have a bad day, but if God woke you up, you living and breathing and you able to, anyway, it's
yeah,
just no
that's
need
yeah.
for
When
that.
you wake up, do not pick up that phone first. Say what you're grateful for, and then give. I know when people wake up, they looking at their phone and let out the notification.
Yep.
Just say what you're grateful for before you start. All
Amen.
that.
Before you open
Yeah,
your
before you
phone.
open your phone, man. Because I
Woo.
mean, it could. I mean, it can always be worse.
It can
Somebody's
always
always
be
going through
worse.
something worse than you or whatever. You just gotta be grateful. I always practice the art of
Absolutely.
gratitude. So I'm always
That's why you're successful.
I'm always grateful for the small
Yeah,
things. So.
absolutely. And that's the key to it. Being grateful, being, oh my God, just being thankful for the big and the small things. So you are right about that.
Mhm.
But again, hometown support. Sometimes hometown support can be a little bit difficult. But I did want to bring this up to you because we were talking about hometown support. And that was kind of the topic of the night. But you do know that it is in the Bible in Mark 6.
Mm.
Where Jesus returns to his hometown of Nazareth, and the people there do not receive him and do not accept him. And do you know what he did after that?
What did he do?
He shook the dust from his feet on the way out.
Mm.
Yeah, and so see, sometimes it's okay when people do not. Real talk. When people, when people in your hometown do not accept you or respect you, or they talk down, or they the fake love, or they don't want to see you succeed or whatever. It's okay to walk away. Jesus walked away.
Mm-hmm.
He walked away from his haters. He really did. And again, like I said, we keep this on a positive note. I think there are way more people out there who love than hate. I for myself, and definitely for you, but for myself and just probably anyone out there watching, definitely more people who love you and like you than hate you.
Mm-hmm.
But for the people who do hate, sometimes it can be difficult for people who are familiar with you in your own hometown to actually support you. I mean, really support you, not just say it, but really support you. And if they don't, then do like Jesus did in Mark 6, shake the dust from your feet and keep it pushing.
Yeah, you just gotta focus on the people that love you. You can't
Absolutely.
give power to the ones that hate or whatever. So,
Absolutely, we don't get them no airtime.
yeah. So,
Okay. Right. Absolutely. Well, I think honestly that's just about all that I have for the night. Is there anything else that you wanted to interject here as far as the conversation? I think we've had a really fluid conversation.
Yeah, it's very fluid, very organic.
Organic. Absolutely. Organic, fluid.
I like to use the word organic, but
I like that.
Yeah, as far as I see you doing big things with this, with your platform. I can see.
Appreciate you.
I see all kind of guests on here. Who you thinking of as far as your next guest?
I have someone in mind. I don't want to name him, but I do have someone in mind, and he has already committed to coming on. But I want it to be a surprise.
Okay.
And so, and I'm excited though. I am excited for him to come on and be my next guest / co-host for the next episode. This is really.
I like
really
how you use the word co-host too. That's different too. Like as far as co-host. Somebody hit me and said, "Hey, you starting a show with Shawn?" I say, "What? What are you talking about?" And I was like, "No, I'm a guest on the show." And he's like, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah." It's like
kind of sort of, but guest / co-host.
No, I like the word co-host. I mean, it's your podcast, it's your show, it's your language.
Yeah. So, I wanted to do a little bit different, but some people will fall under the category of strictly a guest, and I'll probably ask them more questions and whatnot, dive into their life and everything. But as far as you, I wanted you to come on as slightly a guest, but mainly as a co-host to kind of help me navigate this thing. And I know that you and I always have very fluid, organic conversations. And so I thought it would help, and I do appreciate you.
When do you plan on doing this? Like when?
Okay, wait a minute. All these questions you put me on the spot.
I'm just saying. So somebody be like, "Oh, by the time she start, when can I watch the shows all the time?"
Oh, you got on my nerves, Lloyd. Oh my God. So they will be weekly. Which night of the week yet? We have not dropped just yet. But we will let you know. We'll keep you posted. Just be on the lookout on my page. I'm on Facebook, of course, Instagram, TikTok. It will be on any of our pages. Just look up Shawn Sold It or Shawn Sold It Show on any of those platforms. I have an agent now, so anything.
Yeah, you got some big coming up.
Yeah,
you can't talk about it. You still can't talk?
I can talk about it. We just can't release the streaming platform that it will be on in 2027. Okay. But we do have a show coming out in 2027 on a major streaming platform. We just can't name the platform yet, but we have been greenlit for production. Right. And so that's why we haven't, we will name the dates and times that we will be pushing these out weekly. We just got to make sure we run everything by our agent, because when you sign with an agent, your agent owns you now for the most part, and a production company does too. So you got to run everything by them before you push out anything on media. But I'm excited about that as well. 2026, 2027 is going to be amazing. So be on the lookout for that. But anyways, as we head out, again, Nancy Grace, you get the Flawless Award for this week.
I'm going to a page. I'm going to go see what Nancy Grace is talking about.
And I'm looking forward to seeing Nancy Grace on your show, because you're going to do that. We just spoke it into existence.
Yeah, man, Nancy Grace.
Oh, yeah, you're going to do that.
Nancy.
Shout out to Nancy. Nancy, I want to see you on the kickback. You have to. We said it here first. We're giving you your flowers. You get the Flawless Award. And the I Don't F With You award of the night goes to Charleston White. Congratulations. I gotta get that. What's that little thing that you got there make the little clapping noise? I gotta.
It's a box thing. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah,
you can make your own noises.
We gotta get that. Yeah, because we needed to clap on that. But Charleston White, you get the I Don't F With You award of the week.
He talked about Beaumont
for the foolery. You know what? I did not see that, but somebody did call. Somebody texted me and called me to the carpet on that and was like, "Hey, Charleston talked about Beaumont, whoop the whoop, whatever." But no, I had not seen that. But whether you talked about Beaumont or not, just the foolery in and of itself, you are embarrassing to Black folks. To be honest with you, please don't come for me with that, Charleston Way, because I really don't want to go toe for toe with you, and this is not what you want. Okay, but anyways, but you get the I Don't F With You award for the week, and the motivation of the day is to go where you are celebrated and appreciated, not where you are tolerated. Go where you're celebrated, not where you are tolerated. Floyd Hope, thank you so much. Thank you all for tuning in. Floyd Hope, thank you so much for gracing the mic on with Shawn. I'm gonna say the Shawn Soda show.
Mic on with Shawn.
I almost let the cat out the bag. Thank you for blessing Mike on with Shawn, with your presence and with your absolutely.
Thank you so much for having me on. For sure.
Absolutely. So Shawn sold it, closing out, and God bless.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Oh, you gotta end it.
How the hell we? Hey. I would have been smart to have my clicker so I'd end it. I should have had it on here. I could have ended it from here, but then.
Oh, you probably could. But hey, man, we out of here.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
All right.
Peace out. See y'all next time.